Welcome back to another episode of Twisted Builds. I'm hoping you watched the last one where I mentioned I tore down the engine and went over my build. It is an hour long. I just got done putting it on YouTube. Trying to up the quality a little bit. So today's episode, you're going to notice, is in 4K. So I got a new camera and it is currently mounted on my hat. So you get to see first-person view of what I'm doing here. In theory, I'm gonna obviously check over the video after I get done recording this, but the preview looked good. So if this gets posted on YouTube, everything went well. But let's see. I'm gonna rotate this guy over, and we're gonna pop a piston out. I did get my my torque wrench and my feeler gauges. So we're gonna. I got my hammer. The rubber side of the hammer is what I normally use for popping those guys out. So let's get to it. You get to walk around my garage with me. Hopefully this is a little bit of a inspiration for folks that don't have the nicest garages to work out of and stuff, because I don't either, and I don't care. So I'm doing it anyway. I've built a lot of fun stuff out of not the best, places, but it doesn't matter. Oh, there's my watch I was looking for. I built my S10 out of, I built an S10 Blazer out of my parents' yard growing up. I built, that is 8, I want 7. Engine swapped it, manual swapped it, all of that. I built the Firebird out of this garage and the back garage. Back garage doesn't really have electric unless I run an electric line to it. And then I started this build in that garage, and then there's been so much welding that I'm like, okay, I need to bring it out here. And currently, I don't know if you can see, you probably can from the GoPro or whatever, but got my heater going. It's technically a GoPro knockoff, but I got my heater going. Wasn't expecting to have everything ready to do this tonight, and I'm not going to have a lot of time, so this video is actually going to be shorter. Imagine. So because of that, I'm just going to pop this one out in theory, and I'm going to find out if I need to gap them all or if we're good. So I'm being very careful here. Whenever you take one of these off, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, it looks mint. Make sure you keep, yeah, it looks fine. Be very careful when you pop these off, because the bearing will like to stick with the crank. So, and also they're cracked, which a lot of, again, most of my viewers probably have watched a million different LSs or had these apart. But the ones that haven't, the LSs use a cracked main cap, factory stock. And you can put this main cap on that rod, one orientation only, and that is it. So you always got to be careful with these things. And I'm going to be careful with this thing. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to set it so it doesn't get hurt. I'm going to put it right there for now. I need to clear off, or probably, honestly, I use that bench a lot, so I'm probably end up getting another one just for little knick-knack things. But I do end up using the crank to push the piston down, like so. Get it all the way up, and then I gotta watch the rod bearing, and I apparently am loosening. Yeah, because the rod bearing's already turning. So always watch the rod bearing. I heard it fall. I fell into the rod, which is fine. I'm actually gonna take it right out of the rod, so that way it can't fall while I'm hammering this out. By hammering, I mean very lightly pushing. So I have the bearing, because again, I am trying to reuse these bearings. So the bearing's gonna go right here. And I apologize for the lighting. My lighting's not that great. I may put up another light or two for video purposes. All right, we're gonna I'm gonna have to get my hammer. Oh. The old chisty steed. Let's see if I can rotate this out of my way enough. This is another reason why I like to get the bearing out, because I'm not pressing against the bearing when I'm doing that. So, rod is out. This is a little carboned up, but nothing terrible. Nothing I can't clean up. It's also not bad. Wear looks good. I mean, you're gonna have a little bit of wear on the skirts, but it's nothing. Most of that's just from carbon getting past the reins. So, reins feel fine. So I'm gonna go get my, I'm gonna set this down, preferably not on the ground. Get to see my mess of a truck I gotta clean up so badly, but I guess you saw this in the last video. All right, so we're gonna cut. I'm gonna get my ring expander and we're gonna, actually, you know what? We will rotate this guy. Like so. Perfect. That's good enough. So that way I got that up. We're gonna put a couple of reins in 7 and give her a go. So I'll be back. All right, got the rein expander. We're going to remove some reins. I'm gonna keep these in order as well. So actually what I'm gonna do here, and again, not a clean workshop, and it's okay. So we're going to remove the top ring first. If this breaks, it gets new reins. Just like that. You can get these rein expanders from Harbor Freight. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's where this one's from. Like, I don't go crazy on the simple stuff. You know, the torque wrenches and stuff, you're gonna see I have a snap-on torque wrench. But the top ring, as we can see, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro footage, but there's a dot on the top ring that also marks that it's the top ring and it's oriented up. Actually, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. I am wrong. It's the top. It goes up, but it doesn't orient the top ring because apparently the second ring has a dot on it too. So, but we're gonna keep them separated. That way, I don't have to worry. Perfect. I know you can do this by hand as well, like take the reins off of a hand, but when you're attempting to reuse the reins, it's not super ideal. So I also, when I install reins, I'm sure everyone's watching this just screaming I'm putting a piston on the deck, but whatever. I normally install the reins 180 from each other, and I actually install them with the rein end gaps pointed in line with the crank. Reason being, the piston is going to rock like this, and that's actually where you get your wear into, I guess this is a little bit more worn, but your wear into your piston, because your piston's doing this going up and down, right? But your piston's not doing this. So if you put the ring gaps in line with the crank, it keeps the reins on the gaps seated, because if you do it right here, it'll open up the gap and close the gap every time it comes up and down. But if you do it in line with the crank, either the piston pin, crank, whatever, right? That will keep the rein, when the piston's doing this, that will keep the ring gap even throughout use. So that's what I normally try to do. Now, the great equalizer with doing this is I left the oil control reins on this piston, so it's not going to go all the way down, in theory. Yep, right there. And I do that to make sure the rein is flush, and I am about going to guarantee I'm going to have to open that up. So I'm probably going to have to pull all of them out. And at this point, I'm questioning if I just want to hone it, because it does rotate pretty easily. I know that's going to be a problem. I'm going to let everyone scream. You're putting the piston in the oil pan now. Okay, so all right, we're going to check. I would like to see a 28 number on that top ring. I actually gap these, not saying I'm right, just how I do it. I gap these to where the middle ring's thicker or has more of a gap than the top ring does. And I am absolutely going to have to gap this thing. So, did not get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky and don't have to. Do I not have a 28? Do I not have a 26? I don't have a 26. I have a 25. Okay. We'll go 3 down. Yeah, 25's not even going in. Well, I guess that answers that. I might end up getting a set of rings order done. So, okay, well, that's going to be the video for today, because I'm going to have to either remove, I'm going to put the, actually you can watch me put the piston together, so that way I don't have to worry about the bearing and everything. And also put the reins back on this one so I don't lose them. I'm either going to gap the factory reins, but I don't know if you can see it in the GoPro. This bore, like again, this motor only had 80,000 miles on it, right? But this bore definitely, like I can see the crosshatch pattern just fine, but it's got a glaze to it. Like it's broke in, but it also rotates really, and again, this is 7 down, but like this is pretty free to rotate over. So, I don't know. I'm gonna decide if I want to. I'm probably gonna end up putting new rings in this for what I'm doing with this truck. I'm probably just gonna toss a new set of rings in it after I hone it. Call her good. But, alright, you guys get to watch me. And gals get to watch me put this back together. And I will clean the dirt and everything up before I do a final assembly. I don't have paper towels and stuff with me, or microfibers with me now. I do use microfibers for that stuff. Paper towels will leave a little bit of a lint. Alright, so that should go like that. There we go. We'll just run these bolts finger tight down. They won't move. And just for the sake, on the off chance I do use these, which I am doubting at this point, because if I have one break on removal, I'm going to be out of a bunch of labor gapping all these. So I might as well just get a new set coming. I can clean the pistons, gap the rings, hone the piston walls, and toss her right back together. And that may end up being what's going to happen. Come on. There you go. Honestly, yeah, they're losing their spring. I feel it. All right. Well, I guess that's going to answer that question. I'm going to end up getting a set of rings. I know people in the sloppy community and other places have just opened up the ring gaps and put them back together. I was honestly going to do that, but as I said, this motor's only got 80 on it. Like, it's 80-some thousand, 82, I think. Can't remember exactly. It's been so long since I pulled it. I don't even work at the place I pulled it from anymore. but yeah, so probably gonna end up ordering a set of rings in it, because rings aren't gonna be that expensive anyway. Next video I put out, I'll show you. I'll probably do some more prep work where I'm prepping I'll cut the bearing apart and hammer these guys in, and just kind of go over a couple things I'm going to do to it before and maybe I'll have everything ready to hone it and everything next video. We'll see. So anyway, nice short little clip this time, not an hour-long video, but should be in 4K. So anyway, thank you guys and gals for watching. If you're interested in continuing on watching my S10 build, please subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.